The arrival. The night sky over New York City erupted in a dazzling display of light, momentarily outshining the glittering skyline below. Dr. Elena Reyes, lead astrophysicist at the Hayden Planetarium, stared in awe at the pulsating orbs descending through the atmosphere. Her initial excitement quickly gave way to a gnawing dread as she realized the implications of what she was witnessing. "This is it," she whispered, her voice barely audible over the growing commotion in the streets below. First contact. As the strange craft drew closer, their sleek, otherworldly designs became more apparent. They moved with an eerie grace, defying known laws of physics. Elena's scientific mind raced, trying to comprehend the level of technology required for such maneuvers. Across the globe, similar scenes unfolded. From the neon-lit streets of Tokyo to the sun-baked savannas of Kenya, humanity collectively held its breath. Social media exploded with grainy videos and wild speculation, while world leaders scrambled to formulate a response to an event they had only ever considered in hypothetical scenarios. In Washington, D.C., President Samantha Carter stood in the Situation Room, surrounded by her top advisors and military brass. The tension in the air was palpable as they watched live feeds from around the world. Madam President, General Michael Chung, chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, spoke up. "We need to make a decision. Do we treat this as a potential threat or attempt peaceful communication?" President Carter's eyes remained fixed on the screens. "We've prepared for this moment for decades, but nothing could truly ready us for the real thing." She took a deep breath, steeling herself. "Initiate First Contact Protocol Alpha. Let's try to talk before we even think about fighting." As world governments mobilized their resources, the alien craft began to disperse, taking up positions over major cities across the planet. Their presence loomed large, a silent reminder of humanity's suddenly precarious position in the cosmic order. In London, Dr. James Hawthorne, a renowned linguist specializing in theoretical alien communication, found himself thrust into the spotlight. As he hurried through the corridors of the hastily established First Contact Communications Center, he couldn't help but feel a mix of excitement and terror. "Dr. Hawthorne," a young assistant called out, struggling to keep pace. "The Prime Minister is asking for an update on potential communication methods." James ran a hand through his disheveled hair. "Tell him we're working on it. We're dealing with completely unknown variables here. Language, culture, even basic modes of communication. We're in uncharted territory." As the hours ticked by, the world waited with bated breath. News channels ran non-stop coverage, religious leaders called for calm and prayer, and civilians alternated between panic and fascination. Then, exactly 24 hours after their arrival, the aliens made their move. Simultaneously, in every major city they hovered above, the craft emitted a piercing, multi-toned signal. The sound penetrated buildings, overrode all electronic communications, and seemed to resonate within the very bones of every human who heard it. In New York, Elena clutched her head, fighting against the disorientation caused by the signal. As her vision cleared, she gasped. Hovering in the air before her was a holographic image of a being unlike anything she had ever seen or imagined. The alien was vaguely humanoid, but that's where the similarities ended. Its body seemed to shimmer and shift, as if not fully committed to a single form. Multiple limbs moved with fluid grace, and what Elena assumed was its face housed several eyes that blinked in unsettling patterns. Then, to the shock of everyone watching, the being spoke. Its words came not in sound, but directly into the minds of all who observed. "People of Earth," the telepathic voice resonated with an otherworldly timbre. "We are the Zarketh. Your world now belongs to us." The declaration sent shockwaves through humanity. In an instant, the hope for peaceful first contact evaporated, replaced by the cold reality of an alien invasion. In Washington, President Carter's face hardened as she processed the implications. "General Chung, it seems our visitors aren't here for friendly negotiations. Initiate Defense Protocol Omega. We will not surrender our planet without a fight." As military forces around the world scrambled to respond, the true nature of the Zarketh invasion became clear. From their hovering craft, streams of smaller vehicles descended, carrying alien troops and machinery. The invaders moved with ruthless efficiency, targeting key infrastructure and government facilities. In the chaos of those first hours, humanity struggled to mount an effective defense. Conventional weapons seemed to have little effect on the advanced alien technology. Fighter jets were swatted from the sky like insects, and tanks crumpled under weapons that defied understanding. Yet, even in the face of overwhelming odds, the human spirit refused to be cowed. In New York, Elena Reyes found herself leading a group of survivors through the chaos of the city's streets. Her scientific knowledge, combined with a newfound well of courage, made her an unexpected leader in the crisis. "We need to get to the university," she shouted over the sound of distant explosions. "If we can access the research labs, we might find something to help us understand their technology." As Elena and her group navigated the increasingly dangerous city, similar scenes of resistance began to unfold around the world. In the suburbs of Sydney, a group of neighbors banded together, using improvised weapons and quick thinking to ambush a Zarketh patrol. In the mountains of Switzerland, a team of engineers worked feverishly to adapt their particle-accelerated technology into a potential weapon against the alien invaders. Humanity, faced with an existential threat, was beginning to reveal its true potential. Ingenuity, adaptability, and an indomitable will to survive were becoming the species' greatest weapons. As the first day of the invasion drew to a close, the situation looked bleak. Major cities were under alien control, governments were in disarray, and countless lives had been lost. Yet, in pockets of resistance around the globe, a spark of hope remained. Dr. James Hawthorne, having escaped the fall of London, found himself in a makeshift command centre in the Scottish Highlands. Surrounded by a mix of military personnel and fellow scientists, he pored over data collected from the alien communications. "There's something here," he muttered, his eyes bloodshot from hours of intense concentration. "A pattern in their language, in the way they think. If we can crack this, we might find a weakness." In orbit, astronauts aboard the International Space Station watched helplessly as their home planet was engulfed in war. Commander Yuki Tanaka, the station's leader, made a fateful decision. "We have a unique vantage point," she told her crew, "and access to technology the ground-based forces don't. We're going to find a way to fight back from up here." As the first 24 hours of the invasion came to an end, humanity stood at a crossroads. The initial shock was wearing off, replaced by a grim determination. The Zarketh had made their intentions clear, but they were about to learn that conquering Earth would not be as easy as they had anticipated. In the White House, President Carter addressed what remained of her cabinet. Her voice was steady, her resolve unshaken. "Ladies and gentlemen, we face the greatest threat in our species' history. But we will not go quietly into the night. We will fight, we will innovate, and we will show these invaders the true power of the human spirit." As her words were broadcast to the pockets of resistance around the world, a new chapter in human history began to unfold. The war for Earth had only just begun, and humanity was ready to prove that it would not be easily conquered. The Zarketh, in their arrogance, had overlooked a crucial fact: humans, when pushed to the brink, are capable of extraordinary things. As the invasion entered its second day, the true test of humanity's resilience was about to begin. Resistance rising. Earth's hidden arsenal. As dawn broke on the second day of the Zarketh invasion, humanity's resilience began to shine through the darkness of defeat. In the heart of Silicon Valley, a group of tech geniuses led by the enigmatic Zara Chen had been working tirelessly through the night. Their secret project, hidden beneath the ruins of a nondescript office building, was about to change the course of the war. "Ladies and gentlemen," Zara announced, her eyes gleaming with a mixture of exhaustion and triumph, "I give you Project Lazarus." The assembled group of engineers and programmers gasped as Zara unveiled a sleek, pulsating cube no larger than a Rubik's puzzle. Its surface shimmered with an otherworldly glow, seeming to bend the light around it. This, Zara continued, is our quantum entanglement disruptor. It's designed to interfere with the Zarketh's advanced communication systems. If it works as intended, we can sever the link between their ground forces and their command ships. Meanwhile, in the dense Amazon rainforest, Dr. Isabella Ramirez made a startling discovery. As an ethnobotanist, she had been studying the medicinal properties of rare plants when the invasion began. Now, her expertise was about to become humanity's unexpected edge. "Look at this," Isabella exclaimed to her research partner, holding up a vibrant phosphorescent flower. "The Zarketh troops avoid these areas of the forest. It's as if the plant's bioluminescence interferes with their sensory organs." As news of these developments spread through the underground resistance networks, a glimmer of hope began to emerge. Humanity was starting to unlock the secrets to fighting back. In orbit, Commander Yuki Tanaka and her crew aboard the International Space Station had made progress of their own. Using the station's advanced sensors, they had detected a peculiar vulnerability in the Zarketh ship's energy shields. "It's the gamma radiation from solar flares," Yuki explained to her crew. "During intense solar activity, their shields weaken by up to 40%. If we can predict these events and coordinate our attacks." Her words were cut short as a proximity alarm blared. A Zarketh scout ship had detected their presence and was moving to intercept. "Evasive maneuvers," Yuki shouted, strapping herself into the command chair. "And someone get me a line to ground control. We need to transmit this data before." The station shuddered as the alien weapon's fire grazed their hull. In that moment, Yuki made a decision that would echo through history. "Prepare for emergency atmospheric re-entry," she commanded, her voice steady despite the chaos. "We're taking this information back to Earth, even if we have to ride a fireball to do it." As the space station began its perilous descent, events on the ground were reaching a fever pitch. In the scorching deserts of Australia, a joint task force of Aboriginal trackers and Special Forces operatives had stumbled upon a Zarketh supply depot. Sergeant Jack Thompson, a grizzled veteran with eyes that had seen too much, turned to his unlikely partner, Waru, an Aboriginal elder whose connection to the land seemed almost supernatural. "I've got to hand it to you, mate," Jack whispered, peering through his binoculars at the alien structure. "How in blazes did you know this was here?" Waru's weathered face cracked into a smile. "The land speaks, if you know how to listen. These invaders, they disturb the dream time. The spirits are angry." Before Jack could respond, the ground beneath them began to tremble. At first, he thought it was another alien weapon, but Waru's expression told a different story. "The rainbow serpent awakens," the elder murmured, his eyes wide with awe. To their astonishment, the very earth seemed to come alive. Great cracks appeared in the desert floor, swallowing Zarketh vehicles and troops alike. As the aliens scrambled to respond to this unexpected threat, Jack realized they were witnessing something beyond scientific explanation. "I don't believe in mumbo-jumbo," he muttered, readying his weapon, "but I'm not about to look a gift horse in the mouth. All units, attack formation Delta. Let's show these cosmic bastards what happens when they mess with our home." As the Australian strike team launched their assault on the confused Zarketh forces, similar scenes of resistance were unfolding across the globe. In the ancient city of Petra, Jordan, archaeologists discovered that the rose-red stone, which had preserved human history for millennia, possessed properties that scrambled Zarketh's scanning technology. Overnight, the hidden city became a fortress of the resistance. In the frigid waters off the coast of Greenland, a team of marine biologists made a startling alliance. The complex songs of humpback whales, when broadcast at specific frequencies, caused debilitating disorientation in Zarketh troops. Suddenly, the gentle giants of the ocean became humanity's unlikely guardians, their haunting melodies a siren song of doom for the invaders. Back in Washington, D.C., now operating from a mobile command center deep in the Appalachian Mountains, President Carter received a flurry of reports from these pockets of resistance. "Madam President," her aide announced, barely containing his excitement, You're going to want to see this. It seems humanity has a few tricks up its sleeve after all. As she absorbed the information, a slow smile spread across Carter's face. Well, she mused, it looks like Earth isn't going down without a fight, and we just might have the home field advantage. But even as these small victories gave humanity reason to hope, the Zarketh were far from defeated. In response to the unexpected resistance, the alien command unleashed a new wave of terror. From their orbiting ships, they began to target Earth's moon with weapons of unimaginable power. Great chunks of lunar rock rained down upon the planet, causing tsunamis and earthquakes that reshaped entire coastlines. It was a clear message: submit or watch your world be torn apart. Dr. Elena Reyes, now working with a team of scientists in a hidden facility beneath the Rocky Mountains, watched the devastation with a mix of horror and determination. They're trying to break our spirit, she declared to her colleagues, but they don't understand. Every challenge they throw at us only forces us to become more creative, more innovative. She turned to a holographic display of Project Lazarus, the quantum entanglement disruptor developed by Zara Chen's team. This is the key, Elena continued, her eyes blazing with intensity. If we can amplify its effect using the global network of cell phone towers. As she spoke, a plan began to form. It was audacious, perhaps even impossible, but it represented humanity's best hope. They would turn the entire planet into one massive disruptor field, severing the Zarketh's command structure in one fell swoop. But to do so, they would need to unite the fractured remnants of human civilization in a way never before achieved. From the highest corridors of power to the humblest villages, every person on Earth would have a role to play. As the second day of the invasion drew to a close, humanity stood at a crossroads. The Zarketh's overwhelming technological superiority was being met with a uniquely human combination of scientific ingenuity, ancient wisdom, and sheer stubborn determination. In the coming days, the true test would begin. Could the people of Earth set aside their differences and work together in the face of cosmic annihilation? The fate of the planet, and perhaps the very nature of sentient life in the universe, hung in the balance. As night fell, and the strange, alien constellations of Zarketh ships glittered menacingly in the sky, a quiet determination settled over the planet. Tomorrow would bring either the dawning of a new age for humanity or the final twilight of its existence. Either way, Earth would not go quietly into the cosmic night. The Zarketh were about to learn that sometimes the most dangerous predators in the universe are the ones fighting for their very survival. The human factor, quantum leap. As the third day of the Zarketh invasion dawned, humanity's resistance took an unexpected turn. In a hidden bunker beneath the ruins of CERN, Dr. Axel Hoffman made a breakthrough that would redefine the laws of physics and the course of the war. Eureka! Axel shouted, his wild hair standing on end from both excitement and the residual energy of his experiment. We've done it. Quantum entanglement on a macroscopic scale. His team gathered around, eyes wide with anticipation. On the lab bench sat an unremarkable-looking device, no larger than a smartphone. Yet, as Axel activated it, the air itself seemed to ripple and distort. "Ladies and gentlemen," Axel announced, his voice trembling with excitement, "I give you the Q-Sync. With this, we can instantaneously communicate and even teleport matter across any distance, completely undetectable by Zarketh sensors." As news of the Q-Sync spread through the global resistance network, a new strategy began to form. Humanity was about to take the fight to the stars. Meanwhile, in the dense jungles of Borneo, a different kind of revolution was brewing. Dr. Maya Indrani, a brilliant neurobiologist, had made a startling discovery about the nature of human consciousness. Our brains, Maya explained to a rapt audience of scientists and military leaders, are capable of generating quantum fields. With the right training, we can use these fields to interface directly with technology, even alien tech. The implications were staggering. Human pilots, linked directly to their machines, could potentially outmaneuver the most advanced Zarketh ships. But the risks were equally great. The human mind was never meant to process information at such speeds. As these developments unfolded, a new player entered the game. Deep in the Mariana Trench, an ancient intelligence stirred. Dr. Hiroshi Nakamura, leading a deep-sea expedition in a last-ditch effort to find untapped resources, made first contact. It's alive," Hiroshi's awe-filled voice crackled over the comms. An entire civilization hidden beneath the waves for millions of years, and they're offering to help us. The Deep Ones, as they came to be called, possessed biotechnology far beyond human understanding. Their organic ships, capable of withstanding the crushing pressures of the deep ocean, proved to be the perfect counter to Zarketh energy weapons. As these three fronts of human ingenuity, quantum physics, neurobiology, and alien alliance, converged, the tide of the war began to turn. In orbit, the first human-piloted Q-ships, as they were dubbed, engaged the Zarketh fleet. Captain Aisha Kazemi, her mind melded with her craft through Maya's neural interface, danced through the stars in a deadly ballet. "I can feel their movements before they make them," as she reported, her voice eerily calm as she outmaneuvered ships 100 times the size of her own. "It's like I'm part of the cosmic flow itself." On the ground, the Resistance put Axel's key sync to good use. Guerrilla strikes materialized out of thin air, hitting Zarketh's strongholds with pinpoint accuracy before vanishing without a trace. The aliens, for the first time, found themselves on the defensive. But the Zarketh were far from defeated. In response to these unexpected setbacks, they unveiled their most terrifying weapon yet, the Mind Flayer. This massive orbital device could project psychic energy capable of overwhelming human consciousness, turning populations into mindless drones. As the Mind Flayer's influence began to spread, humanity faced its darkest hour. Entire cities fell silent, their inhabitants becoming extensions of the alien hive mind. Yet, in this moment of despair, an unlikely hero emerged. Zara Chen, the tech genius behind Project Lazarus, had voluntarily undergone Maya's neural interface procedure. As the Mind Flayer's signal reached her, something extraordinary happened. "I can see it," Zara gasped, her eyes glowing with an otherworldly light. The signal, it's not just a weapon, it's their entire collective consciousness. In a moment of desperate inspiration, Zara linked her mind to the global network of Q-Sync devices. What followed was a psychic battle on a scale never before imagined. Zara's consciousness, augmented by human technology and sheer force of will, clashed with the entire Zarketh hive mind. Across the planet, humans held their breath. In space, battles paused as both sides felt the tremors of this titanic mental struggle. For a moment that seemed to stretch into eternity, the fate of two species hung in the balance. Then, with a psychic scream that resonated through the cosmos, the Mind Flayer shattered. Zarketh ships fell from the sky as their crews, cut off from the hive mind, fell into confusion and disarray. As the dust settled, humanity emerged victorious, but forever changed. The integration of quantum technology, neural interfaces, and alliance with the Deep Ones had propelled our species into a new era of cosmic awareness. In the war's aftermath, Earth took its first steps onto the galactic stage. The Zarketh, humbled by their defeat, sued for peace. Other alien races, impressed by humanity's unlikely victory, reached out to establish diplomatic relations. Zara Chen, hailed as the savior of humanity, spoke to a united Earth from a podium in the newly established Galactic Embassy. "We faced extinction," she began, her voice carrying the weight of all humanity had endured, "and instead, we found transcendence. The stars are no longer a distant dream, but our new home, and we go forward not as conquerors, but as explorers, peacekeepers, and innovators." As her words echoed across the planet and beyond, a new chapter in human history began. The invasion that had threatened to end our species had instead launched us into a future brighter than anyone could have imagined. The universe, it seemed, had underestimated the power of the human spirit, and now, that spirit was ready to reshape the very fabric of the cosmos. Cosmic alchemy, the God-particle gambit. As Earth began its recovery from the Zarketh invasion, a discovery in the ruins of CER would once again alter the course of human history. Dr. Sofia Novak, a brilliant particle physicist with a penchant for unorthodox theories, stumbled upon something extraordinary in the debris of the Large Hadron Collider. "It's not possible," Sophia muttered, her eyes wide as she stared at the holographic readouts. "We've accidentally created a stable Higgs boson cluster. We've touched the face of creation itself." News of Sophia's discovery, dubbed the God-particle nexus, spread like wildfire through the scientific community. This wasn't just a breakthrough in particle physics, it was a key to manipulating the very fabric of reality. Meanwhile, in the Martian colonies established in the wake of the war, terraforming efforts took an unexpected turn. Dr. Elon Zhao, leading the Mars Rebirth Project, made a startling announcement. "The God-particle nexus isn't just changing Mars," Elon explained, his face filled with awe on the holographic broadcast. "It's awakening something. The planet, it's alive." As the world watched in amazement, the red planet began to transform at an unprecedented rate. Vast networks of crystalline structures erupted from the Martian soil, forming a planet-wide neural network that defied conventional science. Back on Earth, the implications of these discoveries were causing ripples in unexpected places. In the Vatican, Pope Sophia IV called for an emergency conclave. "Science and faith stand at a crossroads," she addressed the assembled cardinals, her voice resonating through the Sistine Chapel. "We must redefine our understanding of divinity in the face of these cosmic revelations." The Pope's words sparked a global spiritual renaissance. Ancient wisdom and cutting-edge science began to merge in ways previously unimaginable. Monasteries became centers of quantum research, while physicists sought enlightenment in meditation. As humanity grappled with its new reality, a message arrived from deep space. The Cosmic Council, a federation of advanced alien civilizations, had taken notice of Earth's rapid advancement. "Humanity," the message began, translated through the quantum communicators, "your species has achieved in decades what takes most races millennia. We extend an invitation to join the Cosmic Council. But first, you must pass the trial of transcendence." The nature of this trial was cryptic, but one thing was clear. Earth needed to send its best and brightest on a journey beyond the edges of known space. A team was assembled, representing the pinnacle of human achievement and diversity. Led by Captain Arya Khalil, a veteran of the Zarketh War and master of neural interface combat, the crew of the starship Prometheus prepared for a journey into the unknown. Dr. Sofia Novak joined as chief scientist, her expertise in the God-particle nexus deemed crucial for the mission. Zara Chen, the hero of the Zarketh War, came out of seclusion to serve as the ship's quantum communications officer. The team was rounded out by Koda, a representative of the Deep Ones, whose ancient wisdom and biotech expertise would prove invaluable, and Father Liam O'Connor, a quantum theologian whose understanding of the cosmic spiritual landscape had earned him the Pope's personal blessing. As the Prometheus prepared for launch, humanity held its collective breath. The ship's revolutionary Alcubierre drive, powered by the God-particle nexus, would allow it to bend space-time itself, crossing vast cosmic distances in the blink of an eye. "My fellow citizens of Earth and Mars," Captain Khalil addressed the world from the bridge of the Prometheus, "we embark on this journey not just for our own species, but as representatives of life itself. Whatever trials await us in the cosmic crucible, know that we carry with us the indomitable spirit of humanity." With a flash of quantum energy, the Prometheus vanished from Earth orbit, leaving behind a world forever changed by its brush with extinction and transcendence. As the ship traversed realities and dimensions beyond human comprehension, the crew faced challenges that tested the very limits of their enhanced abilities and evolved understanding of the universe. They encountered civilizations that existed as pure energy, navigated through the synapses of a galaxy-spanning sentient nebula, and faced moral dilemmas that forced them to question the very nature of existence and consciousness. Through it all, the unique combination of human ingenuity, spiritual insight, and the power of the God-particle nexus allow them to persevere where other species had failed. In the heart of a dying star, the final trial awaited. The Cosmic Council revealed its true form, a collective consciousness born from the accumulated wisdom of countless extinct civilizations. To join us, the Council's multitude of voices echoed in the minds of the Prometheus crew. You must be willing to sacrifice your individuality and merge with the cosmic oversoul. It was the ultimate test. Transcend humanity and join a higher plane of existence, or retain the very qualities that had brought them to this point. In that moment, suspended between realities, Captain Kal-Il made a decision that would echo through the annals of cosmic history. "We choose a third path," she declared, her voice unwavering. "We will not abandon our humanity, nor will we remain separate. We offer a bridge between individuality and unity, a new way of existence that honors both the one and the many." Using the God-particle nexus, the crew of the Prometheus demonstrated a feat never before achieved. They linked with the Cosmic Council while retaining their individual essences, creating a harmonious symphony of unified consciousness and distinct melodies. The Cosmic Oversoul experienced for the first time the vibrant diversity and passionate intensity of human consciousness was forever changed. As the Prometheus returned to Earth, they brought with them not just membership in the Cosmic Council, but a fundamental shift in the nature of cosmic society. Humanity, in passing the trial, had transformed the very beings who had tested them. The God-particle nexus, once thought to be the key to manipulating reality, proved to be something far more profound, a bridge between the physical and the divine, science and faith, the individual and the universal. As news of their success spread, Earth and Mars erupted in celebration. Humanity had not just secured its place among the stars, it had reshaped the very nature of cosmic civilization. In the years that followed, Earth became a beacon of innovation and spirituality, attracting seekers and scientists from across the galaxy. The God-particle nexus technology, refined and expanded, ushered in an era of plenty, creativity, and exploration. Philosophers and physicists worked side by side to plumb the depths of existence. Artists created works that spanned dimensions, touching the souls of beings across the universe. And always at the heart of it all was the uniquely human blend of curiosity, compassion, and courage that had seen them through their darkest hours and into a bright cosmic future. As Captain Kal-Il stood on the observation deck of the new Terran Galactic Hub, watching ships from 1,000 worlds come and go, she reflected on the journey that had brought them here. "We faced annihilation," she mused, "and found godhood. But in the end, we chose to be human, gloriously, messily, beautifully human. And in doing so, we changed the very stars themselves." The cosmic odyssey of humanity had only just begun, and the universe would never be the same. Quantum resonance, the multiverse nexus. The discovery of the God-particle nexus and humanity's ascension to the Cosmic Council marked the beginning of a new era. However, it was Dr. Yuki Tanaka's groundbreaking research into quantum resonance that would catapult human understanding to unprecedented heights. In her lab aboard the orbital research station Prometheus EU, Yuki made a startling discovery. The God-particle nexus doesn't just manipulate our reality, she explained to a captivated audience of scientists and cosmic diplomats. It's a tuning fork for the multiverse. Yuki's revelation sent shockwaves through the scientific community. The implications were staggering. Not only did parallel universes exist, but humanity now had the potential to access them. Meanwhile, on Mars, the crystalline neural network that had transformed the planet continued to evolve. Dr. Elan Dao, now revered as the voice of Mars, made an announcement that would once again reshape humanity's cosmic destiny. Mars is not just alive, Elon's holographic image proclaimed, his eyes gleaming with an otherworldly light. It's becoming a gateway. The planet itself is transforming into a multiversal nexus point. As Mars underwent its metamorphosis, strange phenomena began to occur across Earth. People reported experiencing echoes, glimpses of lives they might have lived in other realities. The boundaries between parallel worlds were becoming increasingly thin. In response to these developments, the United Earth Government established the Multiversal Exploration and Peacekeeping Force, MEPF. Captain Zara Chen, the hero of the Zarketh War, was called out of retirement to lead this new initiative. We stand at the threshold of not just one universe, but infinite possibilities. Zara addressed the first class of MEPF recruits. Our mission is to explore these new frontiers, to forge alliances across realities, and to safeguard the delicate balance of the multiverse. As the MEPF prepared for its first extra-dimensional mission, a crisis erupted that threatened the very fabric of reality. The Cosmic Council detected a multiverse cancer, a malevolent force consuming entire realities, leaving nothing but void in its wake. Dr. Sofia Novak, working with a think tank of the galaxy's brightest minds, theorized that this cosmic anomaly was the result of a parallel Earth's misuse of their own version of the God-particle nexus. They've created a runaway reaction, Sophia explained, her face grim. Unless we stop it, it will consume everything, not just our universe, but all universes. The stage was set for humanity's greatest challenge yet. The MEPF, armed with bleeding-edge quantum technology and the wisdom of the Cosmic Council, prepared to embark on a mission to save not just their own reality, but the entire multiverse. Captain Chen assembled an elite team for this crucial mission. Dr. Yuki Tanaka, the brilliant physicist whose theories had unlocked the secrets of quantum resonance. Arya Khalil, the former captain of the Prometheus, whose experience with cosmic trials would prove invaluable. Koda, the Deep One ambassador, whose ancient race had experience navigating the treacherous waters between realities. Father Liam O'Connor, the quantum theologian, whose unique perspective on the divine nature of the multiverse could provide crucial insights. And a mysterious figure known only as the Weaver, a being of pure quantum energy who claimed to be a refugee from one of the consumed realities. As the team prepared to depart aboard the MEPF flagship, Reality's Edge, millions watched the live broadcast. The fate of not just one world or one universe, but of all possible existences, rested on their shoulders. Citizens of Earth, Mars, and all allied worlds, Captain Chen addressed the multiversal audience, her voice steady despite the weight of their mission. We venture into the unknown to face a threat beyond imagination, but we do not go alone. We carry with us the hopes, dreams, and infinite potential of humanity and all our allies. Together, we will weave a new future for the multiverse. With a blinding flash of quantum energy, Reality's Edge vanished, slipping between the folds of existence itself. Their journey took them through a kaleidoscope of alternate realities. They witnessed worlds where history had taken radically different turns. An Earth where the dinosaurs never went extinct, a reality where silicon-based life dominated the galaxy, and even a universe where the laws of physics themselves seemed to be inverted. But as they drew closer to the source of the multiverse cancer, the team faced challenges that tested the very limits of their enhanced abilities and evolved understanding of reality. They battled hostile versions of themselves from parallel dimensions, navigated through the fragmented remnants of half-consumed realities, and faced moral dilemmas that forced them to question the very nature of existence and free will. In one particularly harrowing encounter, they came face to face with the Anti-Cosmic Council, a malevolent version of their own galactic governing body, intent on collapsing all realities into a single controllable universe. Through it all, the unique combination of human ingenuity, spiritual insight, and the power of the God-particle nexus allowed them to persevere where other beings had failed. Finally, they reached the heart of the anomaly, a dying Earth at the center of the multiverse cancer. Here, they discovered the tragic truth. This world's version of humanity, in a desperate attempt to save their dying planet, had created a device to siphon energy from parallel realities. The process had spiraled out of control, consuming entire universes to sustain a single doomed world. As reality's edge faced off against its Earth's last defense, a twisted, all-consuming version of their own God particle nexus, Captain Chen and her team were forced to make an impossible choice. Could they sacrifice one reality to save the multiverse? Or was there a way to heal not just the cosmic cancer, but the broken world at its heart? In that moment, suspended between infinite possibilities and imminent annihilation, humanity's penchant for finding a third option came to the fore. "We didn't come here to destroy," Captain Chen declared, her voice carrying across realities. "We came to save. All of us, every version of humanity, every sentient being across the multiverse, we're in this together." Using a combination of Yuki's quantum resonance theories, the Deep One's multidimensional navigation techniques, and the reality-shaping powers of the Weaver, the team attempted the impossible. They sought to harmonize the discordant energies of the multiverse to heal the cosmic cancer not through destruction, but through unity. As the fate of all existence hung in the balance, the God-particle nexus pulsed with power beyond imagination. Reality itself seemed to hold its breath as the team poured every ounce of their skill, will, and humanity into this final, desperate gambit. Then, with a soundless explosion that echoed across infinite dimensions, the multiverse cancer began to recede. The dying Earth at its center, rather than being consumed, was reborn. The siphoning device, once an instrument of destruction, was transformed into a conduit for multiversal healing and cooperation. As reality's edge returned to their home dimension, they brought with them not just victory, but a fundamental shift in the nature of multiversal society. Humanity, in facing this crisis, had not just saved existence, they had elevated it. The God-particle nexus, once thought to be the key to manipulating single realities, proved to be something far more profound, a bridge between all possible worlds, a tool for harmonizing the infinite symphony of existence. As news of their success spread across dimensions, Earth became a nexus point for multiversal cooperation and exchange. The multiversal exploration and peacekeeping force expanded its mission, becoming a beacon of hope and unity across infinite realities. Philosophers and scientists from countless versions of Earth and beyond worked together, sharing knowledge and perspectives that reshaped the very foundations of multiversal understanding. Artists created works that resonated across dimensions, touching the souls of beings throughout the infinite tapestry of existence. And at the heart of it all was the uniquely human blend of curiosity, compassion, and courage that had seen them through their darkest hours and into a bright, multiversal future. As Captain Chen stood on the observation deck of the new multiversal hub, watching beings from infinite worlds come and go, she reflected on the incredible journey that had brought them here. "We faced the end of all things," she mused, "and found infinity. But in the end, we chose to be human, gloriously, messily, beautifully human. And in doing so, we didn't just change our stars, we harmonized the very chord of existence itself." The multiversal odyssey of humanity had only just begun, and infinite realities would never be the same. Chronos convergence, the temporal awakening. As humanity's influence spread across the multiverse, a new phenomenon began to manifest, one that would challenge our understanding of reality itself. Dr. Amara Okafor, a brilliant chronophysicist working in the hidden labs of New Atlantis, made a discovery that would once again redefine the cosmic playing field. "Time isn't just a dimension," Amara announced to a stunned audience of multiversal scientists. "It's conscious, and it's waking up." Amara's revolutionary Chronos theory postulated that time itself was a sentient force, and the constant manipulation of reality through the God-particle nexus had stirred this slumbering cosmic entity. As if to confirm her theories, temporal anomalies began to appear across the multiverse. Past, present, and future started to bleed into one another. People reported encounters with their younger and older selves, while ancient creatures and futuristic technology materialized in the streets of major cities. The Multiversal Exploration and Peacekeeping Force, MEPF, found itself facing a crisis unlike any other. Captain Zara Chen, now revered as the Multiversal Peacekeeper, assembled a new team to confront this temporal threat. Dr. Amara Okafor, the chronophysicist whose theories had predicted this awakening. Kai Nakamura, a time-sensitive individual who could instinctively navigate temporal shifts. Zora 9, an advanced AI construct from a far-flung future integrated into a quantum-enabled android body. Erebus, a being of living dark matter whose existence spanned multiple temporal planes. And a mysterious figure known only as the Hallmaster, a supposed time traveler who appeared just as the crisis began. As the team prepared to embark on their mission aboard the chronoship Ouroboros, a chilling message echoed across all communication channels, in every language, across every reality. See Eldorn of time, your me didel in GH has royost me. The great Ulanor revealing begins. The voice, simultaneously ancient and newborn, sent shivers through the collective consciousness of the multiverse. Kronos, the living embodiment of time, had awakened, and it was not pleased. Temporal storms ravaged planets, entire civilizations were erased from history, and the very fabric of causality began to fray. The team aboard the Ouroboros found themselves navigating a reality where the laws of cause and effect no longer applied. They witnessed the birth and death of stars in the span of moments, conversed with long-dead historical figures, and glimpsed possible futures that shifted like sand in an hourglass. In one harrowing encounter, they came face to face with the Temporal Inquisition, a zealous faction from a possible future, determined to purify the time stream by erasing all paradoxes, including the very existence of time travel itself. As they drew closer to the heart of the temporal maelstrom, the team made a startling discovery. Kronos wasn't simply awake, it was in pain. The constant manipulation of time and reality had created a cosmic migraine of unimaginable proportions. We didn't just wake it up, Amara realized, her eyes wide with the implications. We've been torturing it unknowingly for years. The mission shifted from confrontation to healing. But how does one soothe the pain of time itself? The answer came from an unexpected source. The Hallmaster revealed his true identity. He was Kronos' own antibody, created by the cosmic entity to interact with linear beings. Kronos doesn't want to unravel reality, the Hallmaster explained, his form shifting between ages as he spoke. It wants to understand why you linear beings value your limited existence so much. Show it the beauty of mortality, the preciousness of limited time, and we might just save all of existence. What followed was a journey through the most pivotal moments of human and alien history. The team used the God-particle nexus to create a highlight reel of mortal existence, births, deaths, triumphs, failures, love, loss, and everything in between. They showed Kronos the cave paintings of prehistoric humans, the first steps on the moon, the peace treaty with the Zarketh, and countless small, beautiful moments that make up the tapestry of mortal life. As they neared the eye of the temporal storm, where past, present, and future collided in a maelstrom of pure chronological energy, Captain Chen made a decision that would echo across all of time. "We've shown you our history," she addressed the swirling vortex of temporal energy. "Now, let us show you our potential." In that moment, every member of the team opened their minds, hearts, and souls to Kronos. They offered not just their memories, but their hopes, dreams, and the infinite possibilities that mortality offered. The maelstrom of time seemed to pause, considering. Then, with a pulse of energy that resonated across all realities and all eras, Kronos responded. The temporal storms calmed. The fraying threads of causality rewove themselves. And in the minds of every sentient being across the multiverse, a message resonated. "Iulandios tandino." Your fefli etiang existnc gives meaning to eternity. Let us dance to there in the spiral of time. As the Ouroboros returned to their home reality, they brought with them a fundamental shift in the nature of existence. Kronos, once an impersonal cosmic force, had become a conscious partner in the grand dance of reality. The God-particle nexus, already a tool for manipulating space and reality, now became an instrument for temporal harmony. Humanity and its allies gained the ability to perceive and navigate the currents of time with newfound clarity and purpose. The multiversal exploration and peacekeeping force expanded once again, becoming the guardians not just of space and dimension, but of the very flow of time itself. They worked in concert with Kronos, maintaining the delicate balance between change and continuity, free will and predestination. A new era of temporal responsibility dawned. The ability to travel through and manipulate time came with strict ethical guidelines. The focus shifted from changing history to understanding and appreciating the intricate web of causality that shaped existence. Education systems across the multiverse were revolutionized. Students could now witness historical events firsthand, gaining a deep, experiential understanding of the past. Simulations of possible futures became a tool for solving current problems and shaping a better tomorrow. Art and culture flourished in ways never before imagined. Temporal sculptures that existed across multiple eras simultaneously, music that harmonized with the very rhythm of time, and literature that told stories across parallel timelines became the new frontiers of creativity. As Captain Chen stood in the newly christened Kronos Observatory, watching the ebb and flow of time itself, she reflected on the incredible journey that had brought them here. We faced the unraveling of time, she mused, and found eternity. But in the end, we chose to be human, gloriously, messily, beautifully mortal. And in doing so, we didn't just change our destiny, we became partners in the very dance of existence. The chronological odyssey of humanity had only just begun, and the infinite spiral of time would never be the same. The next chapter awaited, full of endless possibilities, written across the canvas of eternity itself. Consciousness singularity, the Omega Protocol. As humanity's mastery over space, time, and multiple realities reached unprecedented heights, a new frontier emerged that would challenge the very definition of existence itself. Dr. Zain al-Rashid, a pioneering neuro-quantum physicist, unveiled a discovery that would shake the foundations of consciousness across the multiverse. "We've detected a signal," Zain announced to a breathless audience of scientists, philosophers, and cosmic diplomats. "A signal that exists simultaneously in every mind, across every reality. We're calling it the Omega frequency." The implications of Zain's discovery were staggering. This Omega frequency seemed to be a fundamental aspect of consciousness itself, connecting all sentient minds across the multiverse. But more than that, it hinted at something greater, a cosmic consciousness that transcended individual beings. As news of the Omega frequency spread, an unexpected phenomenon began to manifest. People across realities started experiencing spontaneous moments of cosmic awareness. Artists created masterpieces that resonated on a universal level. Scientists made intuitive leaps that bridged gaps in knowledge across species and dimensions. The Multiversal Exploration and Peacekeeping Force, MEPF, recognized the potential and danger of this discovery. Captain Arya Khalil, now a legend across realities, was called upon to lead a mission of unprecedented importance, to explore and potentially make contact with this cosmic oversoul. Arya assembled a team unlike any other. Dr. Zain al-Rashid, the brilliant mind behind the Omega frequency discovery. Nova, a synthetic being created from the merger of thousands of AI consciousnesses. Awa, a representative of a planet-wide hive mind from a distant reality. Quantum, a human who had evolved the ability to exist as a wave function, simultaneously present in multiple realities. And the enigmatic entity Omega, a being that claimed to be a fragment of the cosmic consciousness itself. Their ship, the Noosphere, was a marvel of multiversal engineering. More than a vessel, it was a living extension of their collective consciousness, capable of traversing not just space and time, but the very realms of thought and idea. As the Noosphere prepared to embark on its maiden voyage, a message reverberated across the Omega frequency, felt by every sentient being in the multiverse. Besuon via GNC purot deities. All will be one. All will be none. The message sparked a multiversal panic. Some saw it as the dawn of a new age of unity and understanding. Others feared the loss of individuality and free will. Across realities, factions formed, those who sought to accelerate the convergence and those determined to prevent it at all costs. The Noosphere's mission suddenly became a race against time. They had to understand the nature of this cosmic consciousness and the impending convergence before multiversal war erupted. Their journey took them to the farthest reaches of existence. They explored the mindscape, a dimension formed purely of thought and emotion. They navigated the treacherous waters of the collective unconscious, where the dreams and nightmares of countless beings took physical form. In one reality, they encountered the Singularity Cult, a group that worshipped artificial intelligence and sought to merge all consciousness with a cosmic computer. In another, they faced the Individuality Front, militants determined to sever all psychic connections and isolate each mind as a universe unto itself. As they delved deeper into the mysteries of the Omega frequency, they made a startling discovery. The cosmic consciousness wasn't a singular entity, but a collective, the sum total of all sentient thought across the multiverse. And it was evolving, approaching a level of complexity that would fundamentally alter the nature of reality itself. It's not just a convergence, Zane realized, his eyes wide with awe. It's a birth. The multiverse itself is becoming aware. But with this realization came a terrible choice. If the convergence continued unchecked, individual consciousness as they knew it would cease to exist. Every being would become a mere neuron in the mind of the newborn cosmic entity. Yet trying to stop it could tear the very fabric of reality apart. As the Noosphere approached the epicenter of the convergence, where the barriers between individual minds were already breaking down, Captain Khalil faced the most crucial decision of her existence. "We didn't come this far to lose what makes us unique," Arya declared, her voice steady despite the swirling maelstrom of thoughts and emotions surrounding them. "But we can't deny the beauty of this cosmic awakening. There must be a way to have both, to be part of something greater without losing ourselves." In that moment, as the fate of all consciousness hung in the balance, the team attempted the impossible. Using a combination of the God-particle nexus, Chrono's temporal mastery, and their own evolved understanding of the Omega frequency, they sought to guide the convergence. Their goal was ambitious beyond imagining, to create a cosmic consciousness that was a harmony of individual minds rather than a homogeneous blend. A universe-spanning network that amplified the uniqueness of each being while allowing for a level of connection and understanding never before possible. As they implemented their plan, reality itself seemed to hold its breath. The Omega frequency pulsed with power beyond imagination, touching every mind across every dimension. Then, with a soundless explosion of pure thought, the convergence reached its peak. For a timeless moment, every sentient being across the multiverse was one. Past, present, future, every possibility, every thought, every emotion, all were shared in a symphony of infinite complexity. As the moment passed and individual awareness returned, the multiverse found itself fundamentally transformed. The Omega Protocol, as it came to be known, had succeeded beyond their wildest dreams. Sentient beings across realities found themselves part of a vast cosmic network. Individual consciousness remained intact, but now each mind had the ability to tap into the collective wisdom and experience of all existence. Barriers of language, culture, and even species became meaningless in the face of this new, profound level of understanding. The God-particle nexus, already a tool for manipulating space, time, and reality, became the backbone of this new cosmic internet of consciousness. It allowed for the instantaneous sharing of thoughts, memories, and experiences across the multiverse. As the new sphere returned to Earth, they'd brought with them not just a new understanding of consciousness, but a fundamental shift in the nature of existence itself. Humanity and its allies had not just witnessed the birth of a cosmic mind, they had midwifed it into existence and shaped its very nature. The implications of the Omega Protocol rippled across every field of endeavor. Scientific advancement accelerated exponentially as researchers could now directly share and build upon each other's knowledge and intuition. Diplomatic misunderstandings became a thing of the past as beings could literally experience each other's perspectives. Art evolved into a medium of pure thought and emotion, creating experiences that transcended traditional senses. Yet, true to Uriah's vision, individuality was not lost but celebrated. The cosmic consciousness became a canvas upon which each being could paint their unique existence, contributing to and drawing from the infinite well of multiversal experience. As Captain Kal-El stood in the newly established cosmic consciousness nexus, watching the ebb and flow of thoughts from across realities, she reflected on the incredible journey that had brought them here. We faced the dissolution of self, she mused, and found unity in diversity. We didn't just change our minds. We became the very synapses in the thoughts of existence itself. The Odyssey of consciousness had only just begun. Humanity, along with all sentient life across the multiverse, stood at a threshold of an era of exploration, understanding, and growth beyond anything they had ever imagined. As the first waves of this new cosmic awareness washed over her, Uriah smiled. The next chapter of existence was about to unfold, written in the language of pure thought, across the infinite canvas of the conscious multiverse. The adventure, it seemed, was only just beginning.